Hey, good morning, guys. We're out on the e-trike and we're at Skydive DeLand on a Sunday morning. Feels pretty nice out. There's usually more cars and people here on the weekend than there generally is throughout the week. It kind of gets pretty slim here during the week. People have their little campers out here and ready to go skydiving for the week. A little gravel, that's a little rough right there. But some of them are getting all ready to go out for the daily jumping out of airplanes. I do believe it would be a lot of fun. But if your chute don't open, the fun's over. Well, I talked to this guy that's been bus before. You pretty much hear all the time. He lives in that bus. A schoolie. A few of them. You can see a truck across the way that has a tarp hanging out over it. All right, they're getting ready to have a skydive adventure in DeLand for on a Sunday afternoon. There's an airplane going up. I gotta move the camera around there by holding it by hand and catch a hold of the airplane. Right here, I kept smelling like rubber, trying to figure out what that was. Here it ended up, they make tires here. I got on the back side of it and didn't realize I was on that side. That's why I was smelling the rubber all the time. So this here is the main facility for the airport. They do all the controls and stuff there. So it's a nice building. They're building something right here. This here is called Jet Park, taking reservation, 9 hangars available. So they're building another hangar right there. And they'll have more room for more airplanes. And of course then we have the little museum here, DeLand Naval Air Station Museum. And I have a video, if you want to look in our other ones, you'll see where I had there supposedly at one point bringing a submarine here. Not a submarine. A submarine, no, a tugboat that was built here in DeLand way back before World War, I think it was II, might have been I. But it's been carried over, I think, Japan or something, and they've brought it all the way back. It is now here in DeLand, and it's stationed out at Lake Breesford, some area that they're going to be doing some work on it. I've drove out that way. I haven't spotted where it's at yet, and it could be inside a building yet. You wouldn't see it. But that's eventually going to end up right here at the Naval Air Base Station. So we're actually on this would be the east side of the airport. Let me get sure I got that right. Actually, south side of the airport. We're on the south side of the airport. This is all runway right in here. And what I do is I love to take this route around the airport, and I end up on the other side of the runway. There, the sun might be in here. It's down the runway. But at this 4-way stop, what I do is I make my turn and go on the other side. Cookies, a leading provider of top-of-the-line cannabis products, announced today they are embarking on a project in DeLand to launch their Florida headquarters. A project will represent $100 million capital investment and eventually bringing 400 jobs to the community. The company, which acquired one of Florida's 22 medical marijuana treatment centers licensed this year, will grow, cultivate, distribute, and produce from the DeLand location. Their facility will be located on the Northwest Industrial Business Park, a facility once owned by the Brunswick Corporation. At 400,000 square feet of operating space, it was one of the largest vacant locations available to the corporation to locate. Cookies, founded in 2012, has established a presence in the medical and recreational cannabis markets across the U.S. and internationally, with 43 locations located globally. Cookies will be redeveloping one of our largest unutilized properties in the city's Northwest Industrial Business Park. The company has chosen the land location as its operational hub for the state of Florida and beyond, and couldn't be happier to have them as part of our community. Additionally, the company will utilize 20 acres of undeveloped industrial property as part of the new construction plans, which includes hiring of over 200 employees in the first phase. Cookies began with two visionary founders, and they did this Girl Scout cookies. It remains one of the most sought after medical cannabis strains in the world. From the earliest days in San Francisco in a garage to global growth, and their goal is to remain the same, authenticity and innovative in genetics. As part of Florida's expansion plan, Cookies and the family brands will be building a vertically integrated medical marijuana treatment center that will provide patients throughout the state of Florida and a wide variety of high quality products. Medical marijuana treatment centers, Florida's official designate for the virtual indication of cultivation, processing, and dispensing of medical cannabis. Called Heritage. I think they make pallets or something. Let's just go in here. This here's a cement truck operation. Here, the sun I'm sure is going to be killing us here, but you can see across the airport. We're actually on the other side of the runways and that. The sheriff's helicopter parks right over here. That's where he stations from, and always hearing him taking off. Skydive lands over that way. And you see there's a bird sitting on the fence. Good morning, bird. Let's talk around. I hear a car or a truck behind us on the road. There it is. A lot of different businesses down through here. Almost looks like a dove. I hope the sun isn't messing up our view. There he goes. He wasn't going to stick around for this. But yeah, they got all these concrete. It's called Devcon. They're concrete mixing trucks. I don't think they mix the concrete right here, but this must just be where they store the trucks at. During the day, there will be a fountain going on here, and they just repainted this building. I'm not sure about the color. Kind of like an orangish and black. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a color I would have picked. On down that way is an RV place. They actually, I don't think so much that they build the RVs, they redo them. They completely do the interiors and stuff in them. It's, yeah, Forest. I can't read the sign, but I know they're making stuff here. Let's switch hands once and see how we can do the throttle with the opposite hand, see how that works out. I can at least run over and grab the brake. Yeah, Forest Products, they call this. There's quite a few businesses over here. See, I was out and I thought, well, you know, I've always got the cell phone with me, and I thought I would grab it and just do a little video of one of my rides and some of the places I go. Pretty nice this morning. One thing nice about Sunday morning rides, the traffic is very minimal, which I like. You know, that it's always hard to deal with cars. You never know what they're gonna do. They probably say the same thing about me. This is called Trade Winds. Trade Winds is a coach and marine. They repurpose RVs in there, nice ones. I mean, big fancy coaches and Prevost and those type of RVs. Yeah, trade winds. You can look it up on the net there, and you'll see about it. They even have ones there for sale. But they do a lot of RV repurposing here. And some of these other buildings do all kinds of different things. Some of them I'm not even sure. This one's called Morton. Another company in there. Some of them I've seen race cars. I think there is some race car shops here. This next one that we're coming on, you see some boat hulls. I do believe they do fiberglass work. On over to another, we're going to go over by that Kingspan. That's another building. They make like panels. It kind of almost looks like a roofing panel. Very busy company. See a lot of trucks here, but we're going to go around that way. It says private property. They don't want you to go back, but I believe they do fiberglass work there. You can see pieces of boat hulls, which is pretty interesting. And then this next one, I'm believing it might be some kind of race shop, because I've seen quite a few different race car haulers here. So I'm having to believe this is some kind of a race shop right there. You can see like a Class B camper sitting there. So we're going to go up here to the next drive and make a left turn over here. There's another corporation called Kingspan. Over there, straight ahead, is a trucking firm, Crete, I think it's called, where they park their trucks there. It's like a depot. Building straight ahead, that says plastics, Team Plastics. Not quite sure what that is. They might make, when I was still doing boating, we're going to have a lot of sun coming up through here. We use PCV board. It looks like a 4x sheet of plywood. And we use it for the bases and that and marine work. Okay, here we go. This is a race car hauler right there. It's H&R Springs Corporation. But I believe this is a race car hauler that whatever they do, it says, and it says parts though. I mean, it's parts, so maybe it's not. It sure does look like a race car hauler. I've seen other haulers here. That was a race car. Try to keep out of the sun here, but stacked up behind me is these panels they produce here. See how thick they are? And I haven't quite sure what that panel is used for, but they do ship a lot of them during the week. This whole area, pardon the sun, but right up through here is just loaded with semi trucks taking loads of these panels out. Big building. Doesn't look like they operate on Sunday, which is great. I'm going to get over here a little closer, see if we can get a closer. Gloves. I see these gloves everywhere. Go down the road and I go, what's with all these gloves? Look at these long, how long they are. It almost looks like it's a panel and there's an insulation layer in between. It's called Kingspan. Insulated panels is what they make. And you see foam here. You can get a little closer, you can actually see. Yeah, it's just a panel. There's foam insulation between them. So yeah, they have bundles of these. I don't suppose they're real heavy in different thicknesses. But yeah, that's what it is. Insulated panels. And some of them like this are real thick one there. Used for different things. I'm not sure what all they use them for, but it's kind of interesting. Up there, if the sun doesn't blind you, there's a big crane where they lift them up and load them on the semi trucks. Kingspan. There's also a water, they reclaim water here, rainwater. You can see some tanks over in the background there. Planet Passionate, it's called. Rainwater harvesting. That's just what they They call this rainwater harvesting. I see some other like aluminum pieces that they may use to put these panels together, whatever they use them for. But up on the roof, and you can see some big water pipes going across the side there. When it rains, they reharvest that rainwater, and I don't know if they purify it and use it, probably so. But it's called Planet Passionate Rainwater Harvesting. It's all inside of the same company here as this Kingspan that makes these insulated panels. I thought I'd show that to you a little bit. I just really went into it myself. And they feature a duck. Hello, duck. I see some weird looking duck. Look at their heads. I don't know if the duck belongs to the YMCA or not. See, they got some tubes that you can go sliding on. But right on the bike path here, and this is the YMCA, the Lamb Family YMCA. It's fun to say at the YMCA. You know I can't sing. You see somebody on a bike. I'm not the only one out in the mornings riding a bike. The Land Business Park. This is McDonald Avenue. He's out there having fun riding his bike around. Fellow bike rider. Not looking over, I'd wave at him. And down he goes. He's going across the road. I go across there. You know, it seems for a Sunday. This is International Speedway. Goes right into Daytona International Speedway. But it seems a little busy this morning. And you gotta watch when you cross over these places because cars will turn. And they do their best not to recognize you. Turn right in front of you. This used to be, they made the battery chargers that here. The ones that you put on, the name's escaping me right now, but they've moved that. The business is still here, and it's called Fit USA. They're hiring, but they got this beautiful pond here, right in front of it. I'll see people fishing in it. Now it says sewers and packers needed. Is that sewers or sewers? They need sewers? I think it's sewers. Spelled the same way. You wonder why the English language is so confusing when a different word is spelled the same. Which one is it? Is that a sewer or is it a sewer? A sewer in the sewer. Whatever. This little nice treat area here for the longest time was inhabited by homeless. They had a tent set up here, and I don't know if they did it themselves, but you'd come by, the tent was all tore up, and I've mentioned this before, and finally I believe the city come in and ran them out, cleaned it up. There ain't much left there from it, but this was a homeless camp. And I'm kind of glad it's gone because you'd see people here, you didn't know much about what was going on or anything, but they made them all move, and now I don't know where they went. Homeless is a problem. They have homeless shelters, and I don't know if they use them or much about them, but this is where an old homeless center. This is a big park. We used to have the circus, Cole Brothers Circus station in town here. Since then, it has went out of business, but every March when they'd start and go out on their tour for the summer, they'd set up the circus. This was their first setup that they did, and then they went around the country all summer long, but the circus used to set up here. But I believe this lot's for sale, but different people use it, run their dogs, and throw balls and stuff around. I wanted to show you this memorial. I've showed this once before in another video, but I gotta show it again. This is a memorial for someone apparently that has died in this position here somewhere because of a traffic accident. I wish people would drive better and more safer, but they don't. But somebody's they have actually solar lights here. You come here at night, this is all lit up. There's a picture on the cross there of the young lady that must have lost her life in this. But they have all kinds of things. I see little angels and flowers. I see a tractor. That must certify something. See the little tractor, the red tractor there. But yeah, this is in memory. I can't see the name. It's kind of covered up. Ryan something. Maybe this was a guy. I'm not sure. Ryan makes it was a guy on it. And a little truck down there. The truck and the tractor would indicate more that this was a guy and not a little girl. So maybe it was a guy that got lost his life here. But I'm going to stop the video at this point. But just remind everybody, Ryan Anthony D'Angelo, that was the name of the person. When you're out on the road, be careful. You know, use judgment. Get off your cell phone. Pay attention. So it's just a thought, you know. God bless this person. I know if there was a Christian there in heaven with Jesus, and we know that's not what better place to be for eternity. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my little ride this morning around. It was basically DeLand Airport on the e-trike, the Liberty e-trike. So just thought I'd take you along. Hey, if you guys enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, a like. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. We're working our way up to different levels, and we're just 100 short from the next level. Hit the subscribe button if you would on it. Thanks. Join us in one of our live chats every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. So maybe we'll see you one of those. God bless. We'll see you guys the next time. Thanks for watching.